The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This is the seventh and final Hermetic principle. It teaches us that gender exists in everything, from the physical world to the energetic realm. Everything has both masculine and feminine qualities. These qualities aren't confined to biological sex. They are universal forces inherent in every aspect of life. The masculine principle is associated with activity, creation, assertiveness, logic, and focus. The feminine principle is linked with intuition, receptivity, creativity, nurturing, and emotion. Both principles are needed for balance, harmony, and wholeness. Everything in the universe, whether it's a person, an idea, or even an atom, carries a mix of both. Take a moment to think about the idea of creative energy. It requires both the masculine energy of will and action to begin the creative process, and the feminine energy of intuition and flow to nurture and shape it. In the natural world, these energies show up in the cycle of life. Seeds need to be planted, masculine, but they must also be nurtured and allowed to grow, feminine. In relationships, the most fulfilling ones are those where both partners honor and balance their masculine and feminine sides. So how can we apply the principle of gender in our daily lives? Here are a few practical applications. Balance your inner masculine and feminine energies. Ask yourself, are you leaning too much into doing, action, and logic masculine? Or are you too focused on feeling, intuition, and nurturing feminine? Strive for balance by embracing both sides. If you are feeling overwhelmed, tap into your feminine side. Allow yourself to relax, feel, and reflect. If you are feeling stagnant, tap into your masculine side. Take action, set a goal, and make it happen. Honor the masculine in others, whether in a partner, a friend, or a colleague. Recognize the strength of assertiveness, independence, and action. Celebrate the times they are stepping into their power and creating change. Embrace the feminine in yourself and others. The feminine is about feeling and intuition. Let yourself be vulnerable and trust the flow of emotions, creativity, and nurturing. When you honor this, it opens the door to deeper connection, creativity, and healing. Use the law of gender in your work. When you are creating, make sure to fuse both principles. The masculine will give your project structure and direction, while the feminine will allow it to breathe, adapt, and flow naturally. Recognize the natural cycles in life. The cycles of nature, like the phases of the moon, remind us that there's a time for action, the masculine, and a time for rest and reflection, the feminine. Don't fight these cycles. Honor the rhythm and allow both energies to guide your life. Balance in relationships. In relationships, both masculine and feminine energies are needed for harmony. Don't just focus on one. If you are in a relationship where the dynamic feels off, ask yourself if one energy, masculine or feminine, is dominating and how to restore balance. The principle of gender teaches us that everything has two aspects, masculine and feminine, and both are equally important. Balance comes from acknowledging and embracing both sides, both within ourselves and our relationships with the world. As Hermes Trismegistus wrote, gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. By understanding and harmonizing these forces, we unlock a deeper level of wholeness, creativity, and power in our lives.